them.
Ice in my veins, but you know I'm about to pull more.
Time will only tell. You can try me if you want. Life can get real crazy. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. The record play. We gon' find out soon. Look me in my eyes. You can try me if you want. We don't got the same drive. You can try me if you want. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon. The record play. We gon' find out soon. We gon' find out soon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I apologize for my camera looking a little funky today. I don't know what the heck is going on. Chat, how you doing? Jason, hope you're having a stupendous day. Jonathan, FET, Drake, Sean, what's going on, my man? Jigga, as always. Guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a better day than I am. Us Giants fans, NFE, how you doing? What's up? Yeah, got some people in the chat today. Do me a favor, makes my job a lot easier. Chat it up, make some comments. I'm gonna try to have some fun. The Giants 1-4, not great, and we have the full. Well, not the full. I guess they have until game time to really figure it out, the injury stuff, but. Daniel Jones is officially out. Tyrod Taylor will be starting for the New York Football Giants. Daniel Jones is out. His neck is an issue. Yeah, the Giants are riddled with injuries. I agree. NFE, I'm happy that you're here, bro. We have a show now every Tuesday on here, Tuesday and Friday. So just be on the lookout for that, of course. Almighty Finesse, how are you? I thought of you today. I was like, wow, the Giants, they're really going to go 1-5. And I ripped you a new one. I really did. I ripped you a new one. And, yeah, dude, almighty. I think NFE Giants need an O-line. They have needed one for 10 years now. I'm proving you wrong, almighty. You're not proving anything wrong. You're just a Debbie Downer. I try to be more of like a positive Pete. You're just a Debbie Downer, a negative Nancy. Not very nice. I'll try and be on as much as hey NFE. I just appreciate it, Sean. I appreciate it, guys. I just appreciate you guys being here. This is friggin' awesome. But Daniel Jones, what can we say about him? What can we say about Mr. Daniel Jones? Let's talk about how this could have happened. How this neck injury could have happened. What was the result? Dev, how you doing today? Let's talk about why this could have happened. Macho King, the Macho King. How are you? Season over. We should tank. I I guess so. You guys are making me sad. Anywho, what's the big reason? What's the big reason why Daniel Jones is hurt? I didn't want to get mad. I didn't want to get fired up. What's the main reason why? Oh, also, by the way, Hector's is my co-host on this now. He just couldn't be on here today, but he'll be joining me mostly every Tuesday and Friday. Anywho, I digress. What? Why? Why is Daniel Jones hurt? What contributed to Daniel Jones's injury? That garbage offensive line. That awful, god-awful offensive line. Dev, I agree with you. The O-line is a joke. This offensive line was not addressed this past offseason. Now, you could say to me, Joe, we drafted a center in the second round. We're very familiar with bringing in a rookie, a young player to put on that line. We're familiar with that. And we know that it takes a little bit for a rookie, a young player to develop on that as far as an offensive lineman goes. We know this. So your only improvement to this offensive line was a second-round draft pick, and he's hurt too. So your left tackle is hurt. Your center, your rookie center is hurt. Evan Neal can't block anything. He couldn't block you, NFE. Dev, he couldn't block you. Almighty Finesse, he definitely could not block you. NFE, is Daniel Jones the answer to QB? NFE, I got to be honest with you, man. It's a little listen, there are times when Daniel Jones doesn't look very good. And that's frustrating. There are times when he doesn't look very good. I'm shaking all over the place. I apologize. However, though, when it comes to that makeshift offensive line, and I'm going to keep going back to it, and if we were, let's just say, hypothetically, the New York Giants have the number 1 overall pick this upcoming draft. Let's just say that's a thing. Let's say that happens. Does that quarterback, will he have a good offensive line? No. What would change in a year? What would change in here? Sean Brown, they couldn't block disabled veterans. Holy crap. Sean's going in. I mean, I feel like that's Evan Neal for you. And, I was calling for the guy's job for his garbage comments that he made. But the fact of the matter is this, he's a right tackle. He's a right guard, rather, playing right tackle. Yet you have to, what is you saying? Of course you'll have a good O-line. Almighty Finette, what? How? Educate me. How will we have a good O-line next season? I just want to know. I really just want to know. Jonathan, they may have to trade if they have the top pick. Jonathan, to be completely honest with you, at this point, I ripped Almighty last time. I really did. And Almighty basically was saying the same thing. Not as nice as you are, but he was basically saying the same thing. And I've ripped into him. I'm like, listen, the Giants have committed so much money to Daniel Jones. And I still believe that. They really did. They committed so much money to Daniel Jones, and you kind of can't go back on it. However, I believe only the first 2 years are guaranteed. Then you can move on from him if it didn't work out. So I believe, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know this. But I believe it's the first 2 years are guaranteed. So they can move on from Daniel Jones after next season. So Caleb is this next generation type quarterback. And if you could draft him with the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and you have that pick, and if you're telling me that he's a generational type talent, you kind of have to pick him. I don't know if trading back is worth it. I'm not sure, because with those top 3 picks, QBs could be taken with those top 3 picks in this upcoming draft. So it's not like you could trade down and take another QB. No, the top 3 picks in this upcoming draft might be, unless you're the Panthers and you have a top 3 pick. You obviously have Bryce Young there, and you're not going to go quarterback. So maybe at that point they trade down, which that's the Panthers, not the Giants. But if you're the Giants, you kind of have to think about it and say, hey, listen, do we go and draft that generational type talent and Caleb Williams? Like, do they do that? You kind of have, if you're in that situation with the number 1 overall pick and with what you're seeing from Daniel Jones, you kind of have to think that way. Chicago have the Panthers pick. Okay, Almighty, thank you. I appreciate that. Bears or Broncos or Panthers probably have the first picks. Yeah, I mean, whatever. But if the Giants somehow ended up with the first overall pick, you have to go Caleb. You have to. But outside of that, if you have the 2 or the 3, maybe you just trade down and say, F it, I'm just trading down. And I'm going to try to get Daniel Jones some help. Because, listen, no matter who you put behind that offensive line, and I don't know why anybody would think that this offensive line would improve in a year. I really don't know. I mean, maybe a second year of Schmitz, a third year of Evan Neal, and maybe Andrew Thomas having him healthy. Maybe Justin Pugh is really good, and we sign him for next year too. But I'm not sure if any quarterback with this Giants offensive line will succeed. Then you have Stroud out in Houston, and he's playing really well. So maybe it is a quarterback issue. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a scout. I'm not a coach. I'm just a guy who screams into a microphone and talks football and talks baseball and basketball and all that fun stuff. So, I just think with Daniel Jones, I'm 50-50 on him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you do because it's not entirely his fault. It's not. You do have to put some blame on him though, because there were a few plays that he could have made. NFE, Joe, talks of Saquon Barkley possibly being traded. Thoughts? All right, we could go back to Daniel Jones later. I could talk about this now. This was a topic on my little agenda today. As far as Saquon Barkley goes, do you trade him? Do you not trade him? Well, you're 1-5. You will be 1-5 after the Bills game. Daniel Jones ain't playing unless Tyrod Taylor wants to go off and have this incredible game against his former team. I don't think that's going to happen, and I think the Bills are going to handle the Giants. As far as trading Saquon Barkley, you have to look into it. Look at the package that the Panthers got for McCaffrey. I believe it was a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I think. You're not going to get that for Saquon. Saquon is hurt. He's hurt pretty frequently. So you probably won't get a 2nd for him. Maybe a 4th and a 5th. Maybe a 3rd and a 5th. Something of that nature. But I don't think you would get a king's ransom for Saquon Barkley. Almighty, I'll trade Saquon for a bag of cookies. All right, fair enough. Jonathan, I would have to be blown away to trade Barkley. Jonathan, the only thing is, like I just mentioned, he's a free agent at the end of the year, and it's almost like, do you really think that the Giants have a shot next season? If you do, if you really do feel that way, then maybe you hold on to Saquon. Maybe you hold on to Saquon, franchise tag him again for what, $15-16 million, and then see what happens next season. That's if you could see yourself. That's if you're the Giants. If the Giants could see themselves, hey, this is still our guy. We believe in him. So NFE, 2nd round and 3rd round for Barkley. NFE, I think that's too much. I don't think a team would trade away a 2nd and a 3rd. I would do it then. If you're going to trade me a 2nd and a 3rd, I would. I just don't think a team would do that. I'm looking at the McCaffrey deal. And, it's when you compare, he's not McCaffrey. So T. Higgins, he's dealing with injuries, though, isn't he? Almighty? Isn't he? Sean, if you trade your top back who is banged up and injury prone, would signal a fire sale. Yeah, Sean, listen, that's what it would basically be. You're bowing out at that point. And let's look at the Giants. Let's look at who else is out this Sunday. You have Andrew Thomas, who's still out, your left tackle. Azeez Ojulari on defense is out. John Michael Schmitz is out. Your starting center. So, and Daniel Jones, most importantly. So if you don't have Daniel Jones, you don't have your left tackle, you don't have your center, why would you even think of bringing back Saquon? Like, what's the point? Just for him to get demolished and get hurt even more? That would be a little silly. But, you know, oh, almighty, I'm not saying I don't want T. Higgins. I would, of course. He was a big somebody that I wanted them to get this past offseason if the Bengals were willing to trade him. I would be so up for T. Higgins. I just know he's dealing with some stuff, and I'm just not sure if the Bengals would trade him. But yeah, thank you. That's what I'm thinking. T's working his way back from injury still. So it's, you know, like that's it. Barkley for Higgins. I mean, if you could do it, maybe, but he's injured too. So it's just, I'm just not sure how realistic that is. Sean Browning, I actually like a 4th and a 6th. That's not bad. That's a nice little train of thought. I like that. That's not bad. If I'm the Giants, maybe you try to get that 3rd, maybe a 3rd and a 6th. But because Saquon, when healthy, he's really good. So like that's it. It's just, if we beat the Commanders next week, I'm gonna be mad. Almighty, if the Giants don't have Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas, they're not gonna beat the Commanders. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Kayvon picks a ball off and Pinnock returns another one for a touchdown. And do we get a player in return for Saquon? I don't know. I don't, not that the Giants wouldn't want a player in return. I just don't think you would do it. Like you would just get picks at that point. Like you said, we have 6 picks in this upcoming draft, right? So if Saquon, if you could snag a 3rd, and if you could snag, let's say, a 5th or a 6th as well for Saquon Barkley, I think that might be worth it. Now, if a team says, hey, we'll trade you a 2nd, just a 2nd for Saquon Barkley, would you guys do it? If that's on the table, would you guys just get a 2nd-round draft pick for Saquon Barkley? I don't know. I mean, I guess I would try to squeeze the orange for all it's worth and try to get another pick. But Saquon only had 1 healthy season, and that was last year, if I'm not mistaken. It's sad because I like Saquon. Saquon, actually, his rookie season, he had 2,000 all-purpose yards. His rookie year was very good. Other than that, though, yes, his rookie year and last season were basically his 2 only full seasons. As far as Jonathan says no. Saquon, I would trade Saquon to the Bills for James Cook and picks. Jason Lang, you could try to get Marvin Harrison Jr. Jason, that's what I'm thinking, especially if you have a top 3 pick and if you're committed to Daniel Jones. I would say, yeah, go and get Marvin Harrison Jr. if you can, for sure, 100%. He would be, you know, but then again, the Giants don't have the O-line for these guys to create any type of separation. That's the problem. That's the issue. Jonathan, maybe a high 2nd. Okay, Jonathan, I get that. Yeah, you know, like that's it. But we won't get it won't be like a king's ransom. It won't be. It's just Barkley's just hurt off. He's hurt way too much. And unless there's some type of a bidding war for Saquon Barkley, which I don't think that I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you could squeeze a 2nd and a 5th. But almighty, I don't want Marvin Harrison. You go get me a quarterback. Almighty, this is, though, you can't think about what you want, or you can't think about even what makes sense, right? Would it make sense to move on from Daniel Jones after just an injury season, another awful year just for the team as a whole? Would it make sense to go and get a new QB? Yeah, it does make sense. But if you're the New York Giants and you believe that Daniel Jones is still your guy, which they still might believe that. If they believe that Daniel Jones is still their guy, then you have to try to get him help, just like the Giants did with Eli Manning. Eli Manning was towards the end of his career. What did they do back in 2018 with the number 2 overall pick? We didn't get Sam Darnold. We went and we got Saquon Barkley with the second pick because we wanted Eli Manning to have another weapon, and Saquon was that weapon. So, almighty Daniel Jones is not the guy. What is you saying? What are you saying? You should actually say. But anywho, I'm not saying he's the guy. I'm saying that if the Giants feel that way, they should go get Marvin Harrison Jr. if the opportunity presents itself. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say that Jones is the guy. They committed $160 million to Daniel Jones. That's what they did. I didn't do it. That's what they did. So don't be a jabroni and tell me that Daniel Jones is not the guy, insinuating that I'm saying he is the guy. You could hear. I'm screaming into my mic. You could hear me very well. I'm very loud. My mouth is right there. So I never said Jones is the guy. What I'm saying to you is if the New York Giants think he's the guy, Marvin Harrison Jr. would be the next best option. Jason Lang, Sam Darnold, shaking my head, another failed QB. Yeah, that's just another thing too. Poor kid. I felt so bad for him. I feel bad for the Jets. Just as a whole. Like, getting him with the 3rd overall pick, and then a couple of years later, Zach Wilson, like, holy crap. And then Aaron Rodgers, then I'm going on the darkness thingy, and I don't know. I'm just being a goofball. Almighty, it's 2 years, get guaranteed. Yeah, Almighty, that's what I'm saying. You could maybe move on from Daniel Jones after the second year. So if you can get a quarterback like Caleb Williams, right? If you could go and do that and get him, then you go and you do it. I agree. If you have the number 1 overall pick, I agree, because then after next season, you just move on from Daniel Jones, and next year would then be another wash. It would be a wash. And then you would have another top 5 pick in the upcoming draft. Go get Caleb some help. Go and get the best lineman in the draft. And then you're kind of building towards 2025. We don't want to hear that. But that's what you would be kind of doing if you went quarterback with the number 1 overall pick. Now, Dev Finch, 49ers last pick in draft was Brock Purdy. Yeah, what a heck of a story that was, huh? Brock Purdy, the last pick in the draft, just absolutely became a reliable QB for the 49ers. Somebody who could hold his own in there. What a story. Ended up moving on from Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowgirls. What a story. But Jonathan, if they got Williams, could Jones get traded? Jonathan, I don't think any team in the league would do the Giants the favor of taking on Daniel Jones's contract. I don't think so. Unless Dave Gettleman is the general manager of another team and says, hey, DJ, let's do this again. Only way I could see it. Only way. And even at that, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think any team would take Daniel Jones off the Giants' hands. It's the Giants' issue for the next 2 seasons, including this one. And we'll see what happens. Almighty Purdy will look trash on a team like the Patriots. Yeah, well, listen, you heard of a system QB, right? Purdy just might be just that, and that's fine. They got a quarterback who works well in their system and who could win them games. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. There's very few Mahomeses in the world. There's very few Peyton Mannings, Tom Brady's. There's very few of those. So if you have a guy who could thrive in your system, that's okay. That's okay. Sean, Brock Purdy tore up the Cowgirls like a Thanksgiving turkey. Oh, my God. Purdy gets too much hate. Yeah, Jason, I agree he does. I think it's remarkable how this kid, a 7th-round draft pick, just comes in there, holds his own, and plays well. I think it's really cool. I like that. Great for the 49ers that they were basically the only team who said, hey, listen, this guy, maybe he could be something. We should spend our 7th-round draft pick on him, because at that point, if you're a quarterback, if you fall to the 7th round, most likely you will not get drafted. So, almighty, you wanted to trade for Deshaun Watson. Oh my gosh. Thank God we didn't, right? Eli had success with the Giants. Eli Manning is a 2-time Super Bowl champion with the New York Football Giants. Eli Manning is the best Giants quarterback in team history, and I'll die on that hill. Eli Manning was fantastic for the Giants. Was it always pretty? No, it was never pretty. The friggin' Giants won the Super Bowl on a 9-7 year. On a 10-6 year, they won the Super Bowl. But Eli Manning, the guy just adjusted when it came to the postseason. He just freaking adjusted. He became like stone cold, adjusted. Almighty, how the heck old are you? Better than Sims. Jonathan, better than Sims. Yeah, better than Sims. Oh yeah, yeah, better than Sims. No offense to Phil Sims, and like a Sims is good, but Eli Manning, best Giant QB of all time. That's what I think. Almighty, you're 20 and you never saw a Super Bowl. They won back when? In 2011, 2012, January of 2012, I think. You were what? You were 9, I guess. Damn. You were 9. Holy crap, I'm old. Jeez Louise. Jigga, we are old, bro. Holy moly. Eli's Brady's father. Jason, that's a good one. I like that. Eli's Brady's father. Better than Y.A. Tittle. Carmine, how you doing? Better than Y.A. Tittle. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about now. I'm upset. We're 1-4. I'm upset that this freaking front office told us one thing, and now we're 1-4, and it's like, okay, I thought we were supposed to be at least halfway decent. I thought we were at least supposed to improve on last year, which last year we really did overachieve. I mean, come on. No one expected the Giants to win a playoff game last year, and they did. Almighty, I didn't know one about football back then. Okay, I get it. I got you. What is there to be upset about? We a bad team. That right there, Almighty. Come on. Right? That's why we should be upset, because we're a bad team. What do you mean, Almighty? You're hilarious. You're great. Thank you for all of you guys are great. Sean's great. Almighty's great. Jason's great. Dev's great. Did I say Sean? Sean, you're great. You guys are great. I love all of you. Jonathan, I love all of you for being here. You made my friggin' day. Having a rough day today. But I'm just going along. That's all we can do, right? Sean, I'm 35. Yeah, bro, you're you got 4 years on me. I'm 31. I'm gonna be 32 in January. Joe is a hard Yankees fan and Giants fan. I assume you wanted to put Die Hard. Also throw in Knicks in there as well. Love my New York Knicks. They're like my only hope. That's it. If the Browns were to trade Watson, would you trade for him? Almighty, I would not. No, that's a dumpster fire. Absolutely not. No way. I'm staying far away from that. Far away as possible from that. There's just no chance. No chance. I'd rather have another year of Daniel Jones, quite frankly. I'm not doing that. Yeah, nothing wrong with Die Hard means loyalty. Yeah, Sean. There's nothing wrong with Die Hard. I love my teams. I love my sports. I've been a sports fan basically my whole entire life. And Knicks are the only New York team that I haven't seen win. Jonathan, me either. I haven't seen them win. I don't think any of us have. Unless you're older and you have, then God bless you. But I don't think any of us have. And that's kind of sad. So they're the most honestly, I'm going to make a bold prediction for the New York Knicks right now. They're setting themselves up. They're doing a fantastic job. The best front office in New York. I think with the Knicks, they're going to end up with 2 superstars. For sure. Who those 2 stars are, I don't know. But Brunson will be a part of that. and they're going to add 2 superstars eventually. They have the capital to do so. They have the players to do so, to acquire a superstar. So I think the Knicks are going to get 2 of them eventually. Maybe not this season, but there will be a point in time when you're going to have Brunson and 2 other studs on the same team. You're funny, Chica. You're funny. Who will win a championship first? Knicks, Giants, or Rangers? If the Knicks, see, I don't know too much about hockey, so I won't even attempt that. I won't even fake that. I don't know. I don't know about hockey. I know about the big 3 very well. And the Knicks, if the Knicks win a championship, that would be unlike anything I've ever seen. Because I've seen 2 Giants championships. I've seen the Yankees win like 5 times. I've never seen the Knicks win. I don't think any of us have. New York would explode. As far as who I think will win a championship next, maybe the Rangers. You know, maybe the Rangers. But if you throw baseball teams in there, it's the Yankees or the Mets. And you might be thinking I'm crazy that I'm saying the Yankees are going to win a title before any of those teams that you mentioned, Sean. But I think baseball is the next sport that brings a title back to New York. Jason, Dev Finch, hey, Joe, who you like in the World Series? Who do I like in the World Series? I like the Phillies. I want them to win so damn bad. They're what the Yankees should be. They are what the Yankees should be. Jason Lang, I've never seen my Jets in the playoffs. Really? How old? You guys are making me feel super old. Almighty, if Knicks win a chip, I'm going to be there. Sweet. Yanks will win before Mets. Sean, the only thing is about that, though, is, you know, if the Yankees are willing to spend money, and if they're willing to spend money, then it's just a different story. Jason, I'm 19. Oh, okay, bro. All right, I got you. No problem. Yankees all day. Welcome to the Bronx, Juan Soto. Man, Jigga, I just changed the stream. Holy crap. It's fun. I just love talking sports. It's great. This is primarily a Giant show, though. So, but yeah, Juan Soto, perfect fit for the Yankees. I think, though, they might go instead of trading away big prospects or taking on big money. Yankees morning, bro. Let's go, baby. Instead of also the shift, which is me, my channel. Go check it out. Approaching 13,000 subscribers. I'm like 275 away, but whatever. Anywho, I think the Yankees, just talk about them for like two minutes. I don't think they're gonna go out and get a Bellinger. I don't think they're gonna go out and get Juan Soto. I would love it, and it makes sense of where the Yankees will go and do it and then sign them. Like, I want that. What I think they do, I think they either go out and get Jung-Hoo Lee from Korea, or I think they go out and potentially sign Jason Hayward. Not a lot of people are talking about that. He's going to be inexpensive. His market value probably be, I believe, according to Spotrac, is set at like $4 million for this upcoming offseason. So maybe adjust that to like 6 or 7 if you want to pay a little more. Hayward, a left-handed bat, 15 dingers this past season, over an 800 OPS. Doesn't really strike out much. Good glove. I think Hayward would be an inexpensive option for the Yankees. But let's get back to Giants. Almighty, trade Waller also. I mean, I guess so, Almighty. I guess so. You trade Waller. You could. You just traded away a 3rd-round draft pick, though, this past offseason for Waller. So I don't know, like, if that would be smart to do that. But, you know, it's even on the big plays for Darren Waller, you would think that he would be making some of them, and he's just not. He's not making those big catches that you expect him to. It sucks, and that's also partly why we stink. You know, it's just the certain players aren't making big plays when we need them to. And that's also a thing. So it's not good. It's nothing is really going that great. And do we attribute this to the coaching staff? Is it, hey, Dable, this is your fault? Is that it? Who knows? But Waller looked good with Tyrod. Man, you know what? I hope so. I hope so. That's great that he did last game. I hope he looks great for him on Sunday night. Honestly, I think the NFL should flex that game. Why would you put the Giants on? You want another slaughtering NFL? Really? Come on. I guess ratings maybe. Maybe if the Giants suck, ratings go up. Who knows? But Sean, football's crazy from one season to the next. Yeah. Knicks are not. Oh, what's going on? What happened? Daniel Jones is out. Daniel Jones is out, officially out with a neck injury. Tyrod Taylor will be playing. It is awful. I'm just going to recap the report for Knicks Are Nice really quick. Daniel Jones is out. Andrew Thomas is out. Azeez Ojulari is out. John Michael Schmitz is out. Matt Pert is his name, right? I'm screwing up. Matt Pert is out. The Giants have a lot out. So it's Knicks are not, it's not going to look good. It's not looking good. It's not looking nice for the Giants. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Of course. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. But yeah, Daniel Jones is out. The Giants season might be over. Listen, I wouldn't be laying down like this if Daniel Jones was playing. Because if he was playing, at least we have a chance. At least we have a chance if Daniel Jones is playing. But he's not. He won't be playing. He's going to be out. And I don't know if I have that much faith in Tyrod Taylor. He's one of the better backup QBs in the league. So God bless his soul. I hope he plays well. That would be one heck of a story, especially up against his old team. That would be a really cool story. But we have to be realistic about it. And Sean, too many injuries. Sean, I get that. I get it. It is too many injuries. It is. But every NFL team is getting injuries. Every NFL team. So we're not the only one. We have to adapt. We have to get better. And quite frankly, if we addressed left guard this past offseason, maybe losing Andrew Thomas wouldn't be as bad. And it's bad. It's been bad. Almighty, if we get Caleb, he will be a megastar. And New York. What an incredible market, right? He'll be a huge star over here. 100%. He's going to be huge. If he comes here. He might not. Most likely he won't. But Caleb is in the tier of Mahomes. Yeah, I guess. Listen, let's just pump the brakes a little bit. The kid hasn't taken a snap in the NFL yet. So I don't want to put that on him yet. Just let Caleb be Caleb. But if he's a next generational type talent, and if the Giants have that option to acquire him and to draft him, you kind of have to look at that. Why you say most likely not? The reason why I say most likely not, he won't be a Giant, is because if most likely the Giants won't have the number 1 overall pick. I don't think the Giants will. The Giants could easily go just win 2 games and lose 15 easily this season. But I think the Panthers are going to suck more. I don't know if the Panthers win. I don't know if the Panthers win. So it's like, at that, how are we getting the number 1 overall pick? I don't see it. If we get the number 1 overall pick, then maybe. But Sean Browning, Bears probably want to move on from Fields. Yeah, I could see that. I could see them wanting to move on from Fields, of course. Panthers are dumb for trading away the picks. Yeah, but they got their quarterback. What position do the Giants need the most improvement? Jonathan says, offensive line. It's because of the offensive line why we stink so much. It's because of the offensive line why Daniel Jones is hurt. It's because of the offensive line our receivers can't make any type of separation. It's because of our offensive line that we absolutely stink. It's because of that. So our offensive line, we need desperately a massive upgrade up there. Massive upgrade. And at this point, move Evan Neal to right guard. Just freaking do it. He's awful right. He's an awful right tackle. He's so bad. He's so bad. But you know, if you won't cut him and move on from him, you have to try to make it work. And moving him out of right tackle because he's just that damn bad might be a solution. It might be. Jason Lang, Bears are going to draft Williams and Harrison Jr. Jason, they won't get both. Maybe they could. Because do they have both of their picks? They traded a lot away for Fields, though. Right? I know that. But if they have both of their picks, imagine if you have two like top 5 first-round draft picks. One of them being the number 1 overall pick. And you're able to draft Caleb Williams, and then you're able to draft Harrison Jr. Imagine that. That would be. I'm getting so many alerts right now. What's going on? Okay. Did Saquon get traded? What's going on? Saquon's questionable. Evan Neal's questionable now. What? Evan Neal's questionable. So is Darren Waller. All right. So let's add to it. Saquon's questionable. Evan Neal sucks anyway. Put me at right tackle. I would do better. He's questionable. And then Darren Waller is questionable. What do you think the final score is going to be this Sunday? What on earth do you think the final score is going to be? Basically, we're running out all second and third stringers. Oh, it's like a freaking JV team. Holy crap. Players don't want to play no more. I guess I would take Fields on the Giants. Maybe. I know Atlanta was interested in Fields at one point. Jason Lang, 31-3. I think it's going to be more than that. 35-7. I think you might see a 50 spot. I think Buffalo is going to be pissed that they lost this past week. 34-0. Not even giving Tyrod Taylor. Oh, Bills 48-0. Yeah, Sean, that's what I'm thinking. Dev. Maybe Giants win. Dev, I love that. I love that optimism. I do, and I wish I shared that with you, Dev, Mr. Finch, Miss Finch, whoever you are. I really do. However, did you listen to me? Our starting left tackle is out. Our starting center is out. Starting halfback is questionable. Starting tight end, same thing. Starting right tackle, questionable. Our quarterback is out. What the hell's going? What's happening? What's going on? They're making the Yankees like the Yankees have an awful training staff. Giants. What's? I know it's football. I know that you're getting slapped around by freaking 350-pound men built like no other, pure muscle. But I guess I should start Gabe Davis. Go ahead. Oh my God. I just want to cry. I want to cry. Saquon, it's a 3-week injury. It's a 3-week injury. All right. Let's just talk about that for a little bit. Mr. Saquon Barkley. A 3-week injury. Initially, the high ankle sprain. And then every single week they're saying, oh, maybe Saquon Barkley is going to come back this week. Maybe he's going to come back. Never comes back. Now the 3 weeks are up, and he's still questionable. He's been questionable every damn week until the very end, and it's like, oh, DNP, do not play. Why don't we use Hyatt? Just curious. I don't know. I'm curious, too. Just like Curious George. Read those books. I don't know. If I knew, I'd be a billionaire, and I'm not, unfortunately. I don't know. My God, that That number is probably so much higher, Jigga. 15 players. My goodness. They trading Saquon. They don't want him to get injured again. Yeah, almighty. That's where I'm at right now. You're going to be 1-5 unless the Giants just pull off some crazy upset, the upset of the freaking century. If they pull it off, that would be sick if they did that. I don't think they're going to, though. And so you just trade Saquon. Honestly, at that point, bring Saquon in a room. Bring him to your office if you're Dable and Joe Shane. Say, hey, Saquon, listen. We want you. We want you back next year. We love you. And we're so sorry about this past offseason. This is if they want him. We need to get some value for you. And we don't want to put you in just in case if you get hurt. So we're going to move you for some picks. But this offseason, we're going to offer you the contract that you wanted. That's if they still desire to bring back Saquon Barkley. Because at this point, you're going to be 1-5, then you'll be 1-6, then you'll be 1-7, 1-8, 1-9. Effing move them. Curious George brings me back. It does. I used to love those books. I used to love the pictures in there. I love them. Prayers for Israel. Amen, brother. Amen, Sean. I agree. Prayers for Israel. Pretty crazy what's going on. I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest with you. This is sports. This is to get you guys, get your minds off of that all that stuff that's going on in this world. But yeah, I hope the Giants win, but they won't. Would you offer Saquon the money? What JT got? He got what? 14 million? 14? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 14 million? I don't know. I don't think he would take it. The franchise tag is more. Isn't the franchise tag like 15 or 16 for him for next season? So if the tag is more, then I would think he'd rather just take the tag. I don't know if he would take the 14. I think he's dead set on that 16. I think he wants that 16. Yes, 14. Yep. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, he wants. I think Saquon wants that 16. He wants to be paid like a premier back. But the only issue I have with that is Saquon, you just need to stay healthy, and you're just proving now this season that you couldn't. And maybe that's because of the offensive line too. I don't know. But honestly, just let these guys take steroids. Just let them take steroids so they don't get hurt. Freaking screw it. Just let them all cheat. All of them. Imagine the bloodbath if everybody juiced up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be nuts. Few Jets fans on Giants show. Yeah, Dev, we got some Jets fans here. All are welcome. All are welcome. This is just a blast talking NFL with you guys. An absolute blast. Talking sports, talking everything. Taylor, one day after agreeing to a new 3-year, $42 million contract. Yeah, that comes out to 14, I think. Yeah, 14. So it's 14 per. That's good. I just looked. As of right now, the Bears have the first 2 picks in the draft. Yeah, so Jason, that's when you would do, hey, let's go get Caleb. Let's go get Marvin Harrison. 100%. You just go bang, bang immediately. You go and you take that on. Almighty, I hope we lose to the Jets. Jigga, you got me, Jigga. Come on, man. Me too. I like that. I agree, Almighty. Yeah. It sucks. It's October 13th. Friday the 13th. Stay safe. I did not expect to be laying down at this point in the year. I didn't expect that. But here we are. We're laying down. And it's because our players are either not good or they're hurt. And when you don't have your starting quarterback at 1-4, your chances of winning are incredibly slim. Unless the New York Giants pull out Tommy freaking DeVito and say, yo, be our Brock Purdy, please. Please. That would be something. That would be fun to see. I would love to see that. DeVito's are playing QB. Oh my goodness, he looks so good in the preseason. Yes, preseason, but as soon as that O line would collapse, that brother would make some plays. Man, he would make plays. Sean, Jets and Giants fans have an unspoken deal. We root for each other. Sibling rivalry. I don't root for the Jets. I'm sorry. I hate the Jets. I hate them so much. I have to be honest with you. I hate the Jets with a passion. I hate the Eagles with a passion. I hate those teams. I really do. I genuinely hate them. And Jigga, I am sorry, but I hate them. I hope Jets beat Eagles. I'm not even going to say what I want to say, but I hate the Jets and I hate the Eagles. Hate them. Hate them. I do not like them. They're just, it's the Jets, guys. The gangrene. Why would you like a team named Gangrene? Thank you for tuning in. The show has been canceled. Oh my goodness. The show's been canceled. You can't cancel me, Jigga. You can't cancel me. Not much Dable can do unless he pulls Parcells and uses the punter as a quarterback. Wait. The funny thing is, our punter, he might not be playing. He might be hurt too. That's what I saw. He might be hurt. Would you trade for Justin Fields? No, I wouldn't. I would just continue to suck. If you're going to change quarterbacks, just continue to suck and try to get the first overall pick. Why would I want somebody else's sloppy seconds? Not me. Not me. Remember Tupa? What the heck's a Tupa? I don't know who Tupa is. Who's Tupa? Jigga, who's Tupa? I live 1 hour away from Philly and Eagles, and Phillies fans are bad. Yeah, Philly fans, Dev. Philly fans, just overall. Eagles fans, Philly fans, just Philadelphia fans are crazy. They're nuts. They're nuts. But I bet you if you're doing good in their city, it's fun playing for them. Almighty, I got D-backs over Phillies. I want the Phillies to win. I'm sorry. I'm rooting for Bryce over there. I want Bryce Harper grew up a Yankee fan. Loved the Yankees. Big Yankee fan. Wanted to be a Yankee. We all know that story by now. It's been, we all know that story. If I'm Bryce Harper and I'm my goal, and he's playing first base for them, by the way. My goal is to make the Yankees pay. Make them pay. And Bryce Harper, he made a comment recently saying that, wait, is there any chance we get Bryce Harper? Almighty, I don't even know. I don't even have an answer for you. I don't have an answer for you. First of all, the Giants, you could figure that one out. The Yankees, same thing. Sean Browning, the name of the punter Bill Parcells used when both Testaverde and his backup got hurt was Tupa, was the punter. Okay, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Tupa, what a name. Tupa! Jonathan, no. Jonathan, what are you answering? I love this chat. Guys, I love you. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for coming. We're going to have another show Tuesday, by the way, around, I believe, 2 o'clock. 2 or 3 o'clock. I don't know. It's one of the two. Jigga and I will talk about it. But, yeah, definitely another show on Tuesday, Friday. Hopefully I got my boy Hector with me. Love Hector. It's always fun with him. But Almighty, no, I wouldn't trade for Justin Fields. Harper, no chance. Jonathan, I agree on all accounts. Morning Brew Sports, Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. Bada bing, bada boom. How you doing? I need a couple of teams to win games. Almighty, I get it. I understand you. Almighty, I'm understanding you more. I am. I'm understanding you more. It's fun. Hey, Joe on River Ave. No, I'm not going. I don't think so. I don't intend on it. I went on last night. I had like 4 hours of sleep. Yeah, I don't think so. Love Jason though. He's a buddy. It's a good buddy of mine. Love Jason. But yeah, hit that subscribe button if you're not subbed, by the way. I'm sorry. I never say that on here, which I should. Hit that sub button, please. Cashman would have to open negotiations with an apology for Harper. Sean, there's no way the Phillies trade Harper. There's no way. Almighty, would you trade Slayton too? Wow, that's a good question, Almighty. That's not an awful one. It's not an awful question. Would I trade Slayton? Maybe. I don't know. He signed a 2-year, right? He signed a 2-year deal, and he's a receiver. So I don't think so. I think I hold on to Slayton. Dev, it was good with you and thanks. I appreciate that. I'm going to start streaming on the shift. I'm going to start streaming on that very soon. Very soon. I was supposed to start this week, but my dog, a lot of crazy stuff happened. Had surgery on his ear and on his paw. My little buddy. So he went through a lot. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going through a lot mentally with that. So I couldn't stream this week. I just couldn't do it. But the shift, I will be streaming on there, as well as the Blitz probably. All right, can't wait. Yeah. I'm excited to stream on the shift. I'm super pumped about it. But yeah, so Almighty, I would not trade Slayton. No, that's a waste of. I just wouldn't do it. Good question though. I would not move on from Darius Slayton, especially when you need receivers. What's the point? Just keep Slayton. Why don't they use Bodine 16? What's up? Why don't they use 13 more? And I'm seeing DC just wanting to blitz. That's all. Yeah, that's all they do. You know, they're very heavy on that. I don't know. I miss OBJ Giants. If it wasn't for trading him away, we would not have Sexy Dexy on this team. And believe it or not, according to PFF, Lawrence is having a good season. So Wink lives and dies by the blitz. He really does. He really does. And you would think that Kayvon would have more sacks, which he's improved, by the way. He's been a little better. He just needs to accumulate more tackles. That's my issue with Kayvon. My favorite guys are Jason, Mazza, Uncle Tats, you, and Jigga. That's a good, a nice little thing there. That's nice. I'm your favorite, though, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. I don't really care. I don't have to be anybody's favorite. As long as I entertain you. As long as you leave my streams or my videos with a smile on your face, that's all I aim for. That's all I want. I want you to be entertained. But really quick, we're wrapping this up in 3 minutes. Daniel Jones is out. Andrew Thomas is out. Darren Waller, questionable. Evan Neal, same thing. Saquon Barkley, same thing. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't look good. Dev, I'm only kidding. I'm really only kidding. Jiggas, he's your favorite. You could say that. It's really fine. You don't listen. I could be at the bottom of that list. At least I'm on the list, and I appreciate that. That means a lot. We bust our butts at this stuff. This stuff, people think, oh, you're just going up in front of a camera and talking. If everyone can do it, they would. So this stuff's hard to do. But listen, you guys made this so easy today. I love you guys so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys made this so easy on me. Bodine 16. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate that. We're wrapping this up in like a minute. So I just want to really quick just thank everybody. Almighty, thank you so much for coming. Dev, thank you so much for coming. Bodine, once again, thank you for joining. Let's see. I thanked you, Almighty. I'm not thanking you again. Jonathan, thank you so much. Let's see. Sean, of course, thank you so much. Jason, thank you. Thank you. Knicks are nice. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys so much for coming. You made this stream so easy today. So easy. Keep coming. A brand new live stream this Tuesday. Be on the lookout for that. We're going to talk about whether the New York Giants won or lost. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Adios.